All right, we're gonna get started here. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm laughing right when we come in. Uh, hey everybody, welcome back to our episode or campaign of Scarlet Citadel playthrough by Cobalt Press. This will be episode 7. When last we left our adventurers, they had made their way into the infamous Scarlet Citadel. The first entryway into this notorious dungeon. Stepped right in, noticed that there were traps abounding. Um, Further investigation in the first room showed recent signs of blood being dragged across the floor. There was not much to be seen. Kronch just so confident that this was, just an elaborate birthday prank by Mumsy and Daddy, came upon the first locked door and immediately called out for anyone to come and open the door for them, preferably a locksmith, which alerted the inhabitants of this first level of the Scarlet Citadel. They were his request was granted in the form of the door to the north being smashed down by a hulking crimson ogre who the party immediately engaged in battle, but not before he was able to alert others to their presence. During this battle, there was one of the inhabitants of the prison was unfortunately killed due to the ogre releasing his blood-fueled rage and spraying his acidic blood all over members of the party. But unfortunately, one of the poor prisoners, Dugan LeVay. But in the midst of that battle, the call for the locksmith was again answered as the jailer, a large, twisted, deranged individual who tortured people for fun and also himself, came crashing through, opening a second door into Kronch, who had requested that these doors be opened. Um, his horrifying presence caused the party to run away, all except for the barbarian Urson, who charged bravely into battle to go toe to toe with this maniacal maniac. Uh, Urson held his ground, but was unfortunately downed. But his party members came to his rescue, and they were able to take down not only the massive Crimson Ogre Scar, but also this twisted, deranged individual known as the Jailer. Um, and then, of course, rescue Urson before making their way into the jail cells to the north, and unfortunately discovering the remnants of a prisoner who had been granted the sweet release of death in her cell, where they did stumble upon her traveling companion, a small halfling man, Ickbon Tea Strainer, who welcomed the sight of this party as Alosha teleported into the jail cell, while Zadok inquired into the flavor of the mop bucket to the north. He informed them that he was not alone in regards to why he was down there. They had been hired to be traveling companions for a knight named Barrett. Um, and the party has offered to take Ickbon back to town. He did show great concern for the whereabouts of Barrett, also known as the Red Hart, which he did recognize the dagger shown to him by Kronch that they had picked up outside in the harpy mess up above the Scarlet Citadel. Um, the party did get level 3. Everybody did level up. You have chosen your subclasses. And why don't everybody just go over what their subclasses are, And honestly, I don't recall we did this. Maybe the wizard schools as well when you guys were level 2. So let's start with Elosha. Can you go over what your class is
Yeah.
specifically? I forgot that you wizards gated it too, and I was just like, when we get to level 3, everybody can go over that, but we kind of just glanced over that level 2, I think. So
Yeah, I'm a sorcerer, and my subclass, which I get at level 1, is the Rift Hopper. It is basically a sorcerer that has the ability to see or connect to other planes and step through those barriers where the veil is thin between the planes. That's basically it.
I mean,
Gives me the ability to teleport and also teleport small objects around me.
but then also open up portals in front of charging owlbears.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's proved.
It's really cool.
It's been kind of handy. I
Those are
think it's
like two
fun.
things I will always go to: either lightning based things, or I guess three: lightning, water based things, or a teleporter.
Yeah, cool. All right, we'll go with Zadok just because we're going like who's next to the halfling and then
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
circle.
I went with the Doomcroaker wizard subclass. They seem to be sort of a divination-based wizard. They gain similar ability as the School of Divination in terms of the copy time. They use runes to and portents to sort of foretell the future. Um, and so yeah, the level 2 ability is just the it's called Revelation of Runes, allows you to cast Alarm as a ritual. Kind of a little redundant for a wizard, but yeah, you could probably take that at level 1. But it's got some like clairvoyanty, uh, runic flavor to it. Seems to be based on more the Nordic stuff that Kobold Press did. It's got some mentions to the Wotan and the knowledge granted from, while they were hanging from the branches of Yggdrasil. So, yeah, it seemed kind of fitting with his weirdness that he would probably
His uniqueness.
give it from bones and things like that. Yeah, yeah,
Cool. All right,
yeah.
on to our brave and noble barbarian, Urson.
All right. Urson is a path of the Shadow Chewer, which is a Cobalt Press path. I was gonna go with the Honey Bear originally, but since I'm biting everything, at least so far in this campaign, I figured that this was more appropriate. But basically, I get a bonus to my bite, and I can give off a radiant light whenever I rage. And I can choose my bite to be either radiant damage or piercing damage, which is kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
That way I could kind of bite. Yeah, that was something that we didn't talk about earlier, but yeah, that is
And
kind
now
of a
you
cool little mini boon. So there you go.
and also your bite is now magical damage, so it would
Yeah,
overcome
so
the
now my
resistances.
exactly. So now my bite is a D8 radiant slash magical damage bite.
Nice. That's pretty good because like to get that, like you're not usually getting that in like a normal one till 7. You know, like I think that's when
Hmm.
monks get it, or 6 or 7. That's cool though. And then like some of the level 6 thing with like the temporary healing was cool too. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to check it out, and it sounds like that perhaps some of these other guys have stuff they can do with it too, which is kind of neat. So we'll see.
All right. Now, Kronch, I hope you're not too disappointed that you had to go last, and also the birthday party arrival thing isn't seem to be going as you planned. But what college did you choose?
Well, I chose the College of Shadow. Um, I'm still not entirely convinced that this wasn't some sort of scheduling conflict, but we'll figure it out. Crunch is an optimistic guy to an annoying fault. I think probably. Um, College of Shadow, it's neat. You can wrap yourself in shadows that gives yourself and some folks around you half cover and people at disadvantage on things. Um, I don't know, man. It's all like shadowy and darkness based. It makes sense that Kronch would be just a weird little dark creep wandering about, getting into mischief.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right. Now into the problems at hand. So we left off with some discussion about what to do with this beaten and broken halfling Ikban Tea Strainer. You guys have discussed. He will just pick up his last. I know that you want to take me back to town, and sadly, we know what fate befell Dugan. I will follow if you are insistent, but if you have it in you, I would love to find out what happened to Barrett. I haven't seen any other individuals on this level other than the jailer who tortures us, Scar who brought us back to our cages. As I mentioned, there's a lady who goes by Ushlix. She would tend to our wounds only simply for jailer's sick sadistic pleasure to bring us back again. But again, she was the only one who showed us again what could pass as kindness here. But you tell me what it is that I need to do, and I will follow.
You said she brings you back from the dead, right? Like,
Well,
so we should
he
we
told.
should
On the edge of
probably-
death.
Yes, she keeps us.
Okay.
She keeps us alive. She did promise that as a priestess of Karun, when Jailer was done having his fun, she would be the one to send us to our death.
Okay, so we should probably like burn these bodies then.
Oh well, sadly, I don't know if there's anything left to save for poor Dugan, who in the matter of the 10 minutes or so that this conversation has taken place, and the locked behind the cage, covered in the acidic ogre blood. I mean, there's no saving that.
Oh, I meant for like the big one that almost
The big
killed us.
guys.
We should probably make sure that she can't bring them back, right? I'm sorry, I did not know that was your friend over there.
Oh,
But these ones we should probably get rid of then.
I mean, I'm simply a hired hand. I would imagine, yes. That seems practical. I was hired to carry things. I do not know of the natures of the arcane, if she could even do that. But she healed us. I don't know her full potential.
Okay. We could
they dra-
maybe have you wait outside with Woody Dog. Maybe a little safer outside.
Maybe, unless the owlbear, their mom or their dad or their wife or their husband show up.
Oh, well, there is also the little harpy camp, maybe.
Also the heartbeat
Maybe
out
just
there.
Yeah.
Okay,
These
yes.
are
Okay.
excellent
Maybe just
points.
follow.
There's all
Yeah,
sorts
maybe
of
just
things.
follow us. Yeah.
Also those wolves
or-
would be weird.
We could probably sit
if
down
it-
for a bit for maybe take a breath. Person, no, you're not looking so good over there, friend. We need to take a rest, right?
Yeah, probably. It'd probably be nice. A question Essen has, in something that was maybe mentioned earlier, and I just kind of caught it. This dagger that Crunchy has, did that belong to Barrett? Is it the deal?
I'm doing this gesture at old Urson, sort of, because I absolutely did not mention this to this little broken-handed.
Oh, we will strike that from the record. I thought that was shown as the gesture of goodwill last week. That when he was
No. My gesture of goodwill was to say that I will absolutely keep an eye out for it 100%. I promise, Gary.
Oh yeah. You guys had asked
Yeah.
if there was any way to identify him. Yes, sorry. I misheard that. Yeah, so strike
And
that.
it was
has-
via the dagger that we had already found. Okay, that's what I was trying to piece together.
he did say yes.
I
I
feel
apologize.
like
Yeah. No.
sorry, I was doing it in my voice, but I was kind of like under the table, I suppose. Or I'm just like we. Okay, cool. No,
Yeah, yeah.
because in that case, I get just kind of assessing things. There's just Olshix, the lady who's left,
Mhm.
and that's it, right? There isn't anyone else in this because we've killed them all, at least from what this little halfling has told us.
As far as I know.
Presumably, there's a knight named Barrett, alive or dead. He's in a liminal state currently. We don't know. Then there's this cleric woman, who might be able to do cool stuff. I secondary question. Your last name is T Strainer?
Yes, tea strainer. Halflings take names sort of like to what they're good at. My family
No, I
has a
understand.
tea,
So it like,
grows
if
tea
you were
leaves.
from butchers, you would be a butcher. If you were a bunch of Fletchers, you would be Fletchers. But your family specializes in the straining of teas?
Yes, my family has a tea shop.
Hmm. And it's that precise.
It's the name I was given. Yes.
No, okay. Well, maybe we do have a place. I enjoy fine tea. And if you are
Who doesn't?
good enough at strict, okay, that's fair. Yes, those with refined palates certainly do. I'm saying we may have a place for you in our organization, should you regain the use of your limbs and motor skills and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I haven't given much thought to that, but I'm sure I could make do.
I mean, the future's out there. You gotta go ahead and grab it. I'm
Baby
figuring
steps.
once you have your hands. Of course, no, yes, baby steps.
He's still in the midst of a dungeon in a jail cell, so
I appreciate you trying to make light of this situation, but it hurts to laugh.
Well, sometimes it does. Isn't that true?
As he spits up
Just-
some blood on the floor.
Okay. Oh well, the situation seems to have become a bit more dire, and so you don't want to go
I'm
hang
all
out with
right.
Woody Dog.
Perhaps we should help out this little guy instead of worrying about all this.
Well, now I hear that sarcasm. I can hear it coming through. We'll get you all patched up.
No,
Um,
no, I'm not being sarcastic at all. Look at him. He can't use his little hands. He can't even
oh,
strain tea
Perhaps
if he
it's-
tried.
it's the accent, and you're right about that. I could not see this little one straining even the coarsest of tea with his hands the way they are.
So what do you say?
All right, well-
should we go back perhaps to town and
After
heal our wounds, or what do you all think?
after that, very dangerous welcome. I think maybe we should get better supplies. Maybe.
Like like 2 daggers.
Yeah, that would help. It'd be better to
Oh,
throw with.
All right. I'm good with that. T Strainer, I've forgotten your first name entirely. Your last is so compelling.
It's
So
it's Ichabod.
I'm sorry. I won't remember that. I know myself so well. So that's fine. Do you want to come hang with us? We can go back to town and chill, and you can. Unless you think this red lady is around and she's gonna fix you. Is she just like right over there in the next room? If she's just hanging out, we can go get her quick.
Well,
I guess.
this place is quite vast.
Hmm.
They would drag us down to the south, in through the room with the hanging bodies from the chains,
Right. Yes.
past, and then down the steps into the Gaoler's chamber with all his various torture devices and weird statues. She would enter from either the way we came in, but she does have a shrine somewhere here. I'm just not entirely sure
No. Oh, no,
where
no,
it is.
that's
She would often come visit us in our cells after our sessions with the jailer.
I understand. That sounds like an awful lot of steps. No, I'm with Gorklaw and Vanessa. Let's just take you, scoop you up like a little sweetie, and head on home, back up top wise, and then see what's what, and then maybe we can find your knight errant and this sort of blood witch.
Yeah, and I see that you are having difficulty deciding what to do with the trinkets you picked up from the jailer. There is someone in town who will purchase more of the exotic wares that you happen to find here as well.
Oh, so you last question for
That's
you.
what
Do
we
you
were
know a
hired.
good jeweler?
You could. I'm sure there's many in Zilbeck. My family are simple riverfolk halfling. Our shop was quite quaint. Not really any jewels or gems per se.
I can't begin to imagine anything like that. It sounds. I'm sure it was lovely. Kronch is trying to be as nice as he can.
Well, if
All right.
if there's still the matter of me in the cell and the door is not opened. Your friend teleported in here.
Locksmith. Locksmith. Is there a locksmith?
Well, the jailer, he did mention the jailer has the keys. I don't know if anybody went back and got them yet.
Oh no, yeah, for sure, man. I went back and
We did
rummaged
that.
through that.
Okay.
Dude's
Oh, yeah.
whatnot.
We did
Okay.
that last. Okay.
Okay, yeah, then you could open the
Yeah,
jail
yeah.
cell. But your friends mentioned taking a rest. I mean, again, I don't know how dangerous it would be, but you did handle that. I don't know if there are any of you who could look, but if it's time to go, then we can hope that when you return, that Barrett is still safely alive.
I think if we could just maybe catch our breath. Bunch, I think if we could pull off a short rest, we could probably do this. But yeah.
Yeah, he's just waiting. He's not saying. I'm not saying this. He's just waiting for one of you guys to actually make a decision. He'll do whatever you want. He just
I'm
needs
down
you.
for whatever.
Vanessa,
What do you think
Yeah,
about
good
a
for
short
whatever. I believe that.
Yeah, you guys could get a short rest in here. For sure.
Urson's so hurt though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he can roll his hit
my
dice,
magic
yeah.
is just.
Yeah, I got 3 hit dice now. I mean, I've been rolling gangbusters so far on these hit
Oh,
dice.
Sure.
So should we do it? Should we do the thing?
I would. He
I
really
mean-
wants to fight his friend.
Yeah. So you guys take the time to tend to some of Iqbal's like bleeding wounds, just with some loose scraps of your paper or ripped cloth or whatever.
I have healer's kit. I could.
Yeah. However you want to do that, and then if
I don't
anybody
have the-
wants to roll,
so-
if Urson, you want to roll your hit dice, you guys
Gladly.
would definitely have the opportunity to make a short rest. During that short rest, who is doing what?
I would keep an eye out for things. I didn't take any hits.
Okay.
So.
All right, if you're going to keep an eye out for things, then you roll a perception check.
That's happening for people rolling hit.
Oh,
dice.
there you go. Perfect.
Perception.
Mhm.
That's a good skill for me. A 6.
6. Okay.
It looks good, fellas. Looks good.
You don't have anything that gives you... No, you don't. Never mind. You
a
don't.
wizard.
You're a wizard.
I would.
Why didn't you do it?
All right,
maybe,
nice.
like cast alarm. Take 10
Whoa, the duality.
Oh, man.
Dude, I'm
But
Wilson's all over the place
but-
now.
you regain each of
additional
the
D
extra
as well.
1d6.
So you get
Yeah,
that.
so now I'm up to just I have 1 hit die left, and that actually is perfect. I'm up to full 25.
Nice.
Incredible. Oh, I'm up to 28 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Hey.
take it. It's fine. I'll be up to 25.
I would maybe cast alarm at the base of the door, like right. Oh, not on the draw tool.
Oh,
Right there.
Okay. Yeah, you can take the time to cast
And
that.
10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes to ritually do that while everyone else is resting.
Sure. Okay, so we're able to get him patched up a little bit. We'll say that gets him up to 2 hit points. Everybody else is full. Nothing. Oops, I actually dragged him off just to move because there was a lot of stuff going on. Nothing happened during that. Of course, I mean it went off quietly. All right. Well, I appreciate the little bit of aid. I guess he could roll a hit dice, so we'll just put him at 4 hit points. I mean, I don't know what hit dice a commoner has, but he's going to get to roll at least.
there's D4s, I think.
But he
Could
would,
be
if he
wrong.
only has 4 total and he has
Yeah.
2, the 1d6
Yeah.
from the Song of Rest would at least put him
He's
up
good.
because
Yeah.
it is a friendly creature.
Yeah.
I'm gonna summon my shards around me.
Sure.
Like we're getting ready.
Okay.
I would not roll any hit dice because I spent the 10 minutes, so I don't. get
He-
the benefits
he-
of
he-
short rest.
Iqbal does look at you, Alosha, and ask, can you teleport other people? I saw you teleport.
Never
through the door.
tried it before. I mean, last time I tried it, the pig got turned inside out.
Okay.
So.
Yes. Well, if you do figure that out, it could be quite handy. Keep practicing on the pigs, though.
When I summon the shards, a bunch of little like tiny like threads, like little like dust is gonna float in the air to everyone, giving you guys 7 temp HP.
Oh, okay, nice. And how do you get that?
It's from my inspiring leader.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
basically flavoring it as like putting a barrier around you guys from the planes.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know. Cobalt Press, man.
Yeah.
Like what? What?
Yeah, just inspiring leader, just normal.
Yeah, I mean, there might as well be a spell for that. I'm sure there is somewhere. It's a huge list to go through.
All right. Well, if we're heading back to town, I pray for Barrett.
He also gets 7 temp HP.
double
I'm beefing this man up.
almost double his maximum hit point.
I think we were going to actually try and find your friend, but if
Okay.
yeah,
If it's all the same, I'd like to stay here until you come back.
Okay. Do you have a weapon in case someone tries to attack you?
My hands are
I
broken.
mean, there is a harpy out there somewhere.
Oh, if you're going to go look for Barrett in here, I guess I could probably hold the torch maybe under my arm. He looks at his hands like you asked him if he could use a weapon, but his fingers are still broken.
Yeah.
He
Does
got-
anyone have any rope? Is there any rope about? Anyone have some rope?
Like a rope knife?
You're
I mean, a rope knife, I suppose, would be pretty neat. I like where your head's at.
I mean-
I was thinking that we take sort of these broken armaments on the table here. You know, there's a broken shield and a broken sword, and we tie them to our friend T Strainer, and maybe they could be sort of the vanguard.
if it's all the I'd like to stay in the back behind the bear.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
I don't think we should tie things to him.
Well, we tie things to Woody Doug. And Woody Doug doesn't mind.
Woody Doug likes that though.
That's what I'm saying.
Is this one of the tree folk from the north?
Kinda.
That's a question for Zadok. They have a relationship that I can't access.
Some of them might be from the north.
He might.
It's beautiful.
We haven't had that discussion yet, so I will ask him on the way back to town. You will get to meet him. He's very, very good friend of mine.
I look forward to it. All right. Well,
I know you're a little beat up, but would a staff help? Could you maybe? I don't know if he could use that like support himself like under the arm.
he could maybe.
No, he's too
too
short.
short.
He's too short for a quarterstaff.
He's a halfling.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he could probably use like maybe like uh,
Like a broken chair leg, we can make him like kind of a crutch. I'm just thinking like helping this man out a little bit. Yeah.
he can walk.
Flavor-wise.
He can
Oh,
walk.
okay.
His hands are
Oh,
broken.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
His legs are working wonderfully, and if we just
Oh.
we could tie
Okay.
a battle axe to him as well, so we could tie one of the battle axes and a sword and a shield to him, and he could just be just right out front, you know.
I don't know how much good that would be. I might do more harm than good. If it's all if it's all the same, I'll follow you at a distance, and I'll
Okay.
okay, lead the way. I do I hold on. Let me look and see. He's a river folk. I need to see if they can see in the back in the dark.
River folk, he just dives in the water and swims like a dolphin. Like, oh my.
Now, I don't think that they have dark vision. They do not. I could hold a torch, or if you have a lantern, maybe I could put like a hooded lantern on my wrist.
Hey, my staff actually has a lantern attached to it. I could give him the lantern from that.
He could tuck it. He could hold it
He could
against. He could hold it like.
ring, yeah,
he could
stick his
yeah.
ring, his hand through the ring and kind of like
Cool.
wrist,
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
yeah.
Good. Was
Yeah.
I'm the DM. I don't really need dark vision.
But
All right.
this man, yeah, there we go.
Onward.
There we go.
Onward.
All right.
Right.
As I said, they would drag us to the south, through the room that past the ogre, south, and then they would drag us to the east, into the room with the chains, with the bodies hanging, and the hole in the floor.
That was over here, right? The door that got Kool-Aid Man by the jailer.
Yeah,
In
that
here, yeah.
it was more like shoulder charged. Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed a really good opportunity. He has a padlock on his neck, and God, I should have just said, "Someone called for a locksmith,"
There we go.
but I missed it. So, all right. Well,
Could we maybe have, drag these bodies into one of the other cells and lock the door?
yeah. I mean, who's gonna do that? It'll probably take. Scar is a 8-foot crimson ogre, probably weighs close to a ton.
I didn't mean
You got
Well,
that.
now, how
didn't
much
mean
of this guy is left? He'd been tentacled up real good.
And didn't he explode in acid? I'm just thinking like if we
No,
put the
he-
jailer in one of his own cells.
He kind of did like a blood rage where he flexed his muscles, and then like from the open wounds, blood sprayed out in like a shower.
Like one of those weird toads.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe like Bane's venom tubes bursting out, or if he overdosed on venom and popped, like kind of like that.
Okay. Just trying to think that would be fit.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Urson could do some of it. I mean, I don't know if the rest. Maybe not. He's a big dude, and it's literally dead weight at this point.
What am I doing?
You
was
could try and
thinking
move a 1,000-pound dead ogre into the cells.
Oh, all right.
roll a strength check.
Sure thing.
Anybody helping?
May I ask why we're doing this?
Hopefully, so that if the lady's still alive, she doesn't try and resurrect them.
Oh, right. So when they're resurrected, see, this is why I have you guys think for me.
I asked if anybody was going to help.
I said yes.
Okay, so a 20 between Zadok and Urson. You guys are able to Urson, you look at his giant battle axe that was dropped on the floor, and you guys get underneath it, and you're able to push Scar's body into this cell over here, as Kronch would have unlocked it with the keys. Now the jailer is currently dead over here.
All right, there you go, mate.
Okay.
I mean, you could drag him, but if you into the next room, there's a hole in the floor.
That seems fun too.
Would he just plug it up?
I would say you could. No, I don't think so. It looks to be 5 to 8 feet wide from when they would drag us past it.
What's down the hole?
It's very precise.
I don't quite know. Well, I was dragged past it multiple times. I got quite a good look at it. And listen, there was, from my count, uh, six unfortunate souls who had been strung up. They looked like they had been there for quite a while. Their flesh was quite rotted. Um,
Hey,
Does
T
it
Stranger, it
smell?
seems like you know fair enough. Um, is do you perhaps have a piece of information that Barrett would know and only Barrett would know?
um, about what? About him personally? About here?
Sort of a way to identify that we're friends-ish, or at least not direct enemies, that sort of thing, or to freak him out, just to really
Yeah.
sort
Do
of
you have
get
like
his.
a secret handshake?
Uh,
This is what I'm talking about. Yes, that sort of thing.
I mean, I imagine if he sees me with you, you carrying the helmet from the jailer,
Wearing, darling, wearing the helmet.
and maybe if we find him, I could simply tell him.
Hmm.
We don't really have. We were traveling companions for about 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
He seemed it. He seemed like more than a capable individual, and honestly, we just thought that this was a place that there was some leftover stuff in, and that the rumors were exaggerated.
Well,
They definitely
Sadly,
weren't.
we were mistaken. It seems like you had some confusion about it too.
we don't need to go into any of that right now.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Well, let's keep following the bear.
Yes.
The sooner we
Okay,
can
no, I
find
agree.
Barrett and get out of here, quite better.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Barrett didn't ever pull you aside and just say, "Hey, here's my deepest, darkest secrets." After a day or two.
Is that
well,
is that common in Bjornheim, where you're from? I assume.
We're
I'm sorry. I'm
very
making.
open and transparent, folk. We
Make-
wear our emotions on our sleeve.
Oh, I simply noticed that you had the crest on your side, and you look like. You're a bear. I wasn't trying to generalize, but most.
No, it's very observative.
this little halfling isn't terribly racist. This is another thing that we've learned.
It's not. I have not been the one in this campaign. Not that we make racist jokes.
But there is a certain monkey named Piccolo.
That's right. Well,
So,
now,
I guess halflings
now-
can't call a dwarf short.
no, I suppose not.
What did you call me?
Oh no. It's not so unreasonable. We haven't known each other very well, and except for Vanessa, I feel as though I know a fair amount about each of you. I know this is a Doc's sort of deal. You certainly know my deal a bit. It's possible people talk when they travel. You know.
All right.
What about the witch? Last thing. What about the witch? Do you know anything specific about this weird sort of witch?
What I know, I already told you. She's appears to be some form of cultist of the god of death, Karun. She promised to send us along our way. Again, I don't really know how she came here, how she came to work with such a sadistic, twisted individual such as the jailer. I just.
Probably just seems like a good thing. Like she'd always have a ready supply of sacrifices. So maybe it's just
That seems right.
opportunity.
But nothing not like a favorite song or like a guilty snack.
I don't think so.
You are quite an odd young man,
Would-
as he says to
okay.
you, Kronch. But, I'm sorry, Urson. I believe that was your name.
Yeah.
Let's, if we could make haste, I'd love to get out of here. But first, if we could just please find my friend.
I think that's the goal, to find your friend and Gad, who's
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
this was a very hard welcoming for us.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we found this place quite unnerving as well.
You guys also tripped the trap in the stairwell?
No. What was her name again? Hold on a second. What was her name? No, luckily Dugan was able to check it. She had the wherewithal to tread carefully through the bones at the top of the stairwell, and being a halfling closer to the ground, she was able to see it catch the glimmer of the tripwire. Now,
I think
Urson,
gets most of them.
Urson, you still have your torch, right?
Yeah, I would have. Even if I didn't have my torch, I would have lit. I apologize. I have my. I have it as though I have my torch in my hand right
Yeah. I mean, they're torches. You have at least 10 of them, probably. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see now that the doors are open, and you could cast light in there. I mean, I don't know what you could see what you could, but you catch the slight glimmer of the bodies and everything.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Maybe, perhaps we should check that out next time. What do
Yeah.
you say, fellas?
Yeah, probably. We should probably find the friend and get out as quickly as possible.
All right, should I go in then?
Where are you going? Into the circular room full of bodies in a hole?
I mean, that's the only other place where this Barrett fella could be, right?
Well, there's an hallway up here that we didn't go down, but yeah.
Urson, as you step in and your light starts to illuminate the room, this is a 30-foot diameter oubliette. It is truly just a horrible sight. Chains draped from the ceiling, each with a large meat hook at the end. 6 of the chains have bodies hanging from them, all in stages of decay, indicating they've been dead for weeks to months. The stench of death is thick in this chamber. The largest, nastiest looking hook hangs motionless above a 5-foot hole in the floor that drops into blackness. Something is leashed to the hook. A pair of lacerated human hands gnawed off at its wrists. The chain extends through a pulley attached to the ceiling and back down to a winch with hundreds of feet of chains wrapped around it. Let me see. Not much can be seen down if you into the hole if you were to look. Let me see here.
Is it safe to assume that they lever those chains into the pit and then something meets whatever's on the chains?
Are you asking Ikbon or me as the DM?
Well, I suppose I can see it from here.
Yeah,
I mean, do I need to roll a
No,
perception?
no.
or
I mean,
insight?
it would be logical to think that if there's a chain and there's only the hands left that were gnawed off at the wrists, something
Yeah.
something did that.
It's awfully gruesome.
Something did the job down there that, yeah, only the hands
Yeah.
could.
I mean, and it's pretty obvious that this is where the jailer came from, right? So
Ikbon,
there probably isn't anything else in here. Iqbal, come on here, mate. I know your hands are all crippled, but we gotta explore this area real quick. You're our only hope.
yeah, and he says I have been dragged through here, and he's seen this before.
Ew, that's gross.
I'm sorry,
It is
little guy, but this is our only chance to find Barrett.
Okay, so as you, I said we'll go through this. How do you want to proceed through this room? The bodies are hanging down into it's such a point from the roof where if you walk through the room, like you would
Possible.
yeah, I mean you could bump into them. So let
Go off on
me
the edges.
hold on. Urson, can you just back up just a second because I don't want to accidentally
Yeah.
send you to the wrong layer.
While we wait, does anyone have any kerosene?
Nope.
Let me check. I don't believe so.
Whoa! Half bodies.
Now that it's lit up, you can see them, and they're hanging from the hook.
102.
See, but my line of thinking is if there is a woman who can bring things back to life, and there are a bunch of dead things around us, maybe we light them on fire before we go say hello to her.
Yeah. Probably smell bad, but yeah.
Oh, it would, and that is a consideration, and I can certainly appreciate that, but it may be sort of overpowered by greater considerations. Or maybe we could just chop them down, chuck them in that little scary pit.
It's a good idea. Is it? Yeah. Is this? It's in. I suppose approach is this one right here. It's hanging from a hook, right?
It is. It is got it's a cadaver in various states of decay. I mean, its skin has started to rot off. And yeah,
Is there any way to detach the hook, or do I have to remove the body from the hook?
let me see here.
Because either way, I think that it's worth trying out, throwing one of these things down the pit. If I think Kronch's logic is right. You know, if this witch comes around, starts animating these things, we don't want to fight them.
Yeah, I
rather
mean,
than be in that pit.
you could. The body is hanging similar to like how you would see like meat hanging in like a meat locker. I mean, if you could, whatever way you think of trying to get it off. You know, if you want to pick it up, if you want to try and cut the chain, you want to burn it, you want to walk around them. I mean, whatever way you want to. Yes, you can do that.
What do you think, Kronch? Feed the pit or burn him?
Well, now I'm interested to see what's in the pit. I think we maybe feed the pit a little bit.
I thought we were gonna throw the jailer down there.
We can too.
So I suppose
farm,
Edison is using his Sebian torch right now. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to light his six and walk over here and throw one of his 2 lit torches down in the pit, and then try to take this corpse here and also throw it down in the pit and see what happens.
So we'll do the torch thing first because you said the
Yeah,
torch.
yeah.
As you drop
he wants to do those 2 things in succession, if possible.
Sure. Okay. So as you lean over to it, I mean you don't have dark vision, and the torch itself doesn't shed too much light more than you can see, like as you like peek it down in there, and so you let it go. Hold on. And as you watch it go down, make a perception check to see if you can make a determination as far as approximately how far down you can follow the light. What was it?
It's a net 1.
Nat 1. I mean, you see it as far as it goes. It looks far.
You get that light blindness from staring into the torch.
Is it possible? If I could use my Darrow eyes to sort of peer down into this dark pit, maybe that could be helpful.
Legolas.
Yeah.
What's your elven eyes see?
That's right.
Even with the range on your dark vision, it appears to just be nothing but blackness.
Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to be anything down here. Is it just your standard bottomless pit?
But as you're standing there, you do start to see. Hold on.
Oh shit!
You see some forms flying up. In three winged forms flying up at a very rapid pace.
Oh, I joined the wrong chat. See you guys playing D&D and I joined.
Yep. All right. As you peer down into the hole, Kronch, with your dark vision, at the very end, you see 3 winged creatures flying up out of the pit.
Wait one moment. There appear to be some sort of winged creatures. All right,
And we
away from the pit.
and
Everybody, back
we'll
away from the pit.
need to roll initiative.
Oh my goodness. All right.
No, crikey.
Oh, crikey is right.
The door is open, so I see this, right?
Yeah, you see this. Well, I mean, you see the creatures now as they have
Yeah,
popped
as
up.
they come out. Yeah, okay.
By God, it's Man Bat.
Yeah.
Fuck. I always knew it would end like this somehow.
It's a man made of bits.
Oh, it really is.
Oh, come on.
Saber-toothed bats.
Yeah, who would put a saber-toothed bat in front of us? They're so friendly.
Cobalt
Oh,
Press.
5. 5 on that initiative. Oh. So Woody Dog he's a cart, but he's a good friend. I'm gonna have plenty of time to tell this man all about Woody Dog before I get a chance to act.
That's true.
He had the broken wheel when we found him. But then we met the guy on the road. Was able to fix it, but then he left in the middle of the night. Crunchy licked him, and he had some pollens on him that made him go to sleepy times.
Ickbon seeing that, he's gonna duck over here. So that
Get under the
Fair.
yeah. So the ceiling in here is only about 12 feet high. I don't know if it already gave a description about how high the floor is, but no, it's about 12, 15 feet high. These things are hovering right about right above your head, but still within arm's length of oof,
all but Kronch.
all but Kronch. Yeah, they're hovering about 7 feet off the floor because there's the chains and everything in here. So this is extremely cramped quarters. But Kronch, you're first to act as these creatures are pretty much surrounding you, just out of sheer proximity.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kronch is going to look real scared. He's going to use his free speech to say, no, of course it would have been a terrible idea to tie arms to the halfling and put it up front. Clearly, this is a much better outcome than that. Because he's feeling spiteful. And he will cast Spite.
Oh, okay. What does this do? One action.
You prick your finger and anoint your forehead with your own blood, taking 1 piercing damage and warding yourself against hostile attacks. The first time a creature hits you with an attack during the spell's duration, it takes 3d6 psychic damage, then the spell ends.
Okay.
Whoa.
So you bring it, you saber-toothed bats.
Oh, they will with their intelligence of 3.
Hey, listen, that's great. Here, I got it. Let me take that.
Did we get our second level spells?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, probably not, man. We can roll it back.
Oh, I just didn't know if we did. I didn't know if I missed something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If we're at 3rd level, we get 2nd level spells. Right?
I did what the character Mancy told me to, and it looked like a cool spell.
Yeah, you would get your
Yeah.
stuff, but you don't get anything new. Like, you don't get anything you've expended. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get your
Oh, okay.
you get your
sorry,
spell
what-
slots, but
That's
Yeah.
what I was at. Yeah, that's what I was at. I was just making
I'm
sure.
sorry.
Yeah. That's what I was making sure. I
Cool.
thought we did.
Yeah.
I thought there was something said that we didn't get them, but I was like, wait a minute. I was looking into it myself. I'm like,
I may have
making
on
sure I didn't
accident
miss the
said
rule.
that.
Okay. Yeah, I thought we did. Yeah.
Yeah, you would get them. You just wouldn't get any you used.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And you're not at the
I
point
was
where
just
you get your
looking.
bardic inspiration
Yeah.
back on a bonus action or a short rest yet, are you?
level 5.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I still don't have any of those.
You have. You have. I mean, you have some movement available, but that's yeah. Keep in mind that you could. These are bodies swinging from a chain as well. Those are available in the room as well.
Well, okay, then as a bonus action, can I sort of grab one and try and toss it at one of these saber-toothed bats?
As an object interaction,
Sure.
you can try. Which the one right directly next to you?
Yeah. This Joker right here, right next to me.
As soon as you put your hands on it, you see its head lurch up and directly stare at you.
Tell it now.
Man, we should have burned these fucking things. I'm telling. That's not right. I say, hello,
So
and I stop touching it. I stop touching it. I'm not touching anymore.
that is as animated and come to life, and I put that one on the initiative order. All right. Now, Sabretooth Bat is going to... It's going to try to fly over to you, Alosha, but it is going to joust. It's not. It's going to go up and over the thing, but it is going to bump it, and then that zombie, while it moves past it, is going to take a swing at it, and then that one is also going to animate as well.
I'm gonna like duck.
Ursa would also probably. Get an attack of
But
opportunity.
Yeah, Urson, you're going to get an. Yeah.
Oh, knock you prone. Back off, bird.
Urson, you get an attack of opportunity on that bat too.
All right. I'm just gonna roll a d20 and tell you what I get.
Yeah.
A net 1.
Really?
Great.
Oh, go ahead and put that one in
Incredible.
dice jail.
It was balancing on 19 and then went to 1. That was very brutal. That was
Yeah.
very brutal
Yes.
to watch.
Let's get a physical dice going tonight. Yeah.
Person
Alright.
tonight is playing with cursed
Yeah,
dice.
I'm
just for
gonna
fun.
keep going with physical dice. It can't get any worse than what I just did.
Your last roll was a 1-2 between initiative, wasn't it?
it's gonna. Does a 15 hit Alosha?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
But you have your shards.
Yeah, I'm gonna like throw my hand up and a shard will hit it.
Okay, so that'll
Catch it.
take off one of the shards, correct?
Yeah.
That's what it does?
Mhm.
Okay, and... Ooh, I take that back. This does not...
Okay.
No, not...
Oh.
It
Oh, it's flyby attack.
it has flyby.
Ooh.
So those... It didn't matter because those both missed. But it has flyby.
Oh, fuck these guys.
That is
It's
this
a
next
bad
one.
room.
The
It's a bad room.
the one in front of you is going to try and bite you, Kronch, with a natural 1.
Great.
Essen style.
Ickbon is...
Well, now hold on. I think this sucker's got to. Oh no, it didn't hit me. Yeah, fuck it. It's good. Go ahead.
This
My bad.
this shouldn't be Ickbon. Hold on. This should be
Another bat.
this bat right
I
here.
think you're removing him under the table at that point, yeah. Or off the bat, yeah.
Nah, it's not a 23. It's a 13.
Epic music.
It's
Classic.
Yeah, that little string crescendo there.
it's gonna fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much movement does this have? It can't see. It's gonna go. It's just gonna go to here because Kronch is the first one it sees, and try and make a bite attack as well. That's a 23
Yep, that hit me for sure.
for 5, but you're not
Alright.
prone. Urson,
I will take the 5 now. If you don't
wait,
mind,
yep.
go ahead and roll 3d6 on that bat.
Yeah.
you go ahead and roll it. It's your damage.
Alrighty.
I
here
like the
we go.
players to roll it.
That's gonna be
Nice.
10.
Nice. As this thing winces back in pain as that bite, as soon as it hits and sinks its teeth in, it's sent like flying back. Do you still take the damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That took off. Did quite a bit of damage to it.
Yes.
All right, Urson.
All right, Essen feels partially responsible for what's going on in this room right here, considering he's the one who led everyone. Crunchy boy is proud, correct?
I'm not throwing.
No.
I'm
No.
small. It's an easy mistake to make. I am small.
I'm
He was
just
asking if he was prone because it takes additional damage if it's prone.
moving these because I don't want to redo the initiative order and where they were. Right.
I just wasn't sure if the. Anyways, never mind. In any event,
It's a fine question.
Essen is just gonna go straight up for a board attack right on this guy right here.
Okay.
This flying beast.
Raging
So let's see
first or
what's
no?
gonna happen. What? Sorry.
Raging or no?
No, no. Well, I probably should. Probably now is the time. Yeah, so I will use my bonus action to rage.
Okay.
I'm down to one last rage. Actually, I'm down to 0 rages. So this is it. In any event, 17.
17 absolutely hits. Roll your damage.
All right, that's
Radiant.
not including radiant
assuming.
damage. 8. Nice. I got good rolls for that. So 8 plus what is it? 4, I believe.
It's
Plus 2
Yeah.
for rage. Yeah, 8 plus your strength modifier.
So it's 14. Yeah, so it's 8 plus 2 plus 4. So
14.
14. Yeah, radiant damage.
what did you hit? The bat?
Yeah, I went for the
Oh,
bet.
sorry. I don't know
But
why I went for
I'm just
zombie.
trying out this new radiant damage thing for size.
Nice. I mean, as you chomp down on this winged, let me show you what they look like. The zoom in picture.
They look like man bat.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
This
do.
extra fangs.
it's a bet made out of men.
You grip it right at the where the arm and the wing meets, and you just rip that part off as it goes, just falls to the ground in a crumpled mess. I don't know if you have that like thing that gives you the rampage kind of deal, but you did kill that one.
Nice. I guess as is an object interaction, he's just going to use his foot and slowly just kind of like nudge it into the hole right there. If he can.
No, it's 10 feet. I get
Too
what you're
far
trying
away.
to do. You're
Too far
a
away.
little too far.
Ragdoll it with the bite. Just ragdoll.
No, I mean, if he would have like shook it in his head, he would have hit the other zombie that it did not hit yet because that is flyby. So I would say it was able to tuck its wings and narrowly make it through like the little gap over here and not activate this zombie.
I understand. But yeah, so Essen, I guess we'll hold his ground and turn his attention to this one to try to yell this one, hey, look at me. So he doesn't go for his boy Kronch over there. That's the end of my turn.
But now you're a bright, glowing, sunny bear.
It's the best kind of bear. Sun bear.
I do have a 10 what is it? 10 bright light, 10-foot radius, and 10 dim light. So this room is
Lit up.
Is
Disco
Yeah.
bear.
exactly disco rainbow band.
That brings us to Alosha.
Yeah. Is that sword on that table? Is it usable or is it like rusty and broken?
No, I mean it would still do. You could use it.
Okay. Look at this bat above me. I'm gonna hold my hand out, and I'm gonna summon that sword into my hand.
Think of like the sword that Aragon is like, takes from the little kid in like in Return of the or in the Two Towers. Like, it's a good sword. Like,
Okay. I'm gonna hold my hand out.
you're not gonna get any money for it. You're gonna send it flying at the bat that's right next to you.
No, I'm gonna hold my hand out and I'm gonna summon it into my hand with
Okay.
my teleport object ability,
Sure.
which I can summon an object that at least. Oh wait, it can't weigh more than 5 pounds.
Sword's gonna weigh more than 5 pounds.
Okay, never mind then. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pull out a dagger then.
Okay.
Try and stab this bat above me.
Sure.
Click. Eventually. Yeah, I'm gonna there's a bat above me and try and stab. 15?
15 hits. Roll for damage.
I'm trying 7
7.
damage as I'm gonna stab up into the bat.
That's a good stab.
It's a good stab from a sorcerer.
According to the equipment weight from the player's handbook, a longsword weighs 3 pounds.
Really? Okay.
I remember it was light, but I don't remember. But also, I
it's
don't
wrong.
think it fits in. Also, I don't think it fits into a 1 foot cube. I'm pretty sure a longsword is probably like 2 or 3 feet at
Yeah,
least.
no.
Yeah, so either way, it doesn't work. I just reread that when I was having the dagger. So yeah, I'm gonna stab up into it, and when I stab in, I am going to back up, and a door is gonna appear behind me, and I'm gonna like kick open the door and step into it. I'm going to appear. Is this zombie alive right here? Or
I mean, no, that's a
alive?
question, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Only this one so far. This one did not get touched.
This one?
Yeah. So when they're when Kronch touched this one, it animated.
Okay.
It turned its head towards him, and it will act on initiative. The other one did not get touched.
I'm gonna step through that door and not peer where I was going. I'm gonna peer over here under where this bat's dead.
Okay, yeah, that bat's on the phone. We'll just go ahead and let me delete that bat before you get there. There you go. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Zadok, seeing the carnage unfolding in this room, what do you do?
Zadok is going to open his mouth really, really wide, and you're going to see a bunch of tentacles start like pouring out of his mouth. And I'm going to cast one of my new spells, since we do get them. Vomit tentacles.
Love it.
Your jaws distend, and dozens of thin and slimy tentacles emerge from your mouth to grasp and bind your opponent. Make a melee spell attack against a foe within 15 feet of you.
Mm-hmm.
On a hit, the target takes bludgeoning damage equal to 2d6 plus strength, and is grappled. Escape GC is my spell save. Until the grapple ends, target is restrained and takes the same damage at the start of each of its turn. They can attack the tentacles. They have an armor class equal to 5 plus my con modifier, so they have an AC of 8.
Okay, so
but I gotta make a melee spell attack.
Against the bat.
That's a 15.
Oh, your it's armor class equal to your armor class. They have HP equal to 5 plus your con mod.
Sorry, HP. Yeah.
So they have 8.
13 because I don't have mage armor.
15 hits.
15 hits, so it's 2d6 plus strength, which is a -1. So
7.
7 damage. And that's against this one right here.
Oops.
It's the only one within 15 feet of me. And it is currently grappled.
Yeah.
It's grappled and restrained, and that's my turn.
All right, that brings us to the zombie next to Kronch, and it's kind of like flailing, loosely swinging, as you see it just reach behind itself and just rip the hook out of its back as it drops the 5 feet to the floor, just a little bit, and it is going to make a slam attack against you for does a 12 hit?
Nope.
All right, that's the end of its turn. That brings us to you, Kronch.
I'm
getting mine out because I'm rolling like garbage.
Let's get a
real quick. I'm
body
just making
count.
sure I'm reading this right. Usually on a dice, just because it's been so long since I aged from it, under is the 9, over is this. When it goes down and the line is under it, that's that's the 9, right?
Yes, it's at the line is at the fat part of the number.
Okay, yeah, because these dice are just hard to read, and the dot is.
It's basically like
It's either a 13 or a 15. So a 12 or a 15. That's why I wanted to make sure. But it was.
I'm gonna try and use dice. I haven't used them forever.
Yeah, I know. You guys are all rolling dice, so I was like, I had to get a dice, but the one I grabbed is like really hard to read.
All right,
But
Kronch.
the dot is at the bottom.
The welcoming party from Mumsy and Daddy is here. Maybe not quite what you expected. We got some bats and some zombies. Maybe they're trying to send you a message, but what do you do?
I got you, man. I'm looking for a quick count of activated zombies versus inactive zombies currently.
So far, the only one that is activated is the one to your south when you try to grab it and throw it down the hole.
Well,
D6s.
let's try and adjudicate this a little bit. I would like to bang some things.
Says the bard.
Yeah, says the bard for sure. So, dude that's here.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking back. And I reckon this one that's next to Vanessa.
Well, that one, they're all zombies. The one that's next to Vanessa, it did not get touched because they have flyby, so it was able to, like, tuck its wings in and get by it. So it did not make contact with it, so it's not activated yet.
Okay, and I could not preemptively sort of bang this horrible beast.
You can do anything you want to them. I'm saying, like, they're not active, they're not in combat, so...
Oh, okay, no, I'm right. That's good. I'll keep him out of combat and go ahead and bang this other ugly bat.
Maybe I won't use Echo Dice. I'll keep rolling 1s and 2s. I have a metal dice somewhere.
What now? This is another terrible room, and I wish ill upon all of you. And I cast bane upon the targets that were just discussed.
Okay. Dude, Jarvis, walk away, buddy. All right. That is a charisma. Let's see. So,
How charismatic are zombies and bats?
let's see.
I
Saber.
do not believe.
Let's see. So that was a 14. What's your DC?
That meets it.
All right, that's one bat. So you're doing it on 2 bats and 1 zombie.
2 bats and a zombie.
That's the one with the mark next to it. This is the other one. 6. That was initiative. So hold on. It's not going to matter. We're going to say no. Plus 3. He still wouldn't have made it. Or it would have been a 3 total. And then the zombie. So this guy, let me blue for Bane, and then zombie.
Oh, I found a random padlock in my dice bucket.
-1. So
There you go.
I think your spell DC is a little higher than -1. So those gentlemen will have disadvantage or the D4 on their rolls.
Yep. There we go. Bonus actions are not in play currently because I still need to sleep more. And moving is not something I'm particularly interested in. Also, I'm surrounded by my buddies and monsters. So I'm going to hang.
All right. That's going to bring us to... How did these guys get all whacked out of order? Hold on. What happened here?
Could not tell you.
Oh, I know.
I think it was because that 6 that you accidentally rolled for initiative.
Yeah. He had a...
Yeah. That'll fuck it up.
All right, this one is the one I think that is all kinds of banged up. What effects did you... He is grappled and restrained?
Yeah, it needs to make it. It can make a strength DC.
It's going to try. It's going to fail.
14.
That's going to be his action to do that. Let me see what else he can do. Pounce, flyby, stealth checks. Yeah, no, he's going to use his action to try and break out, but that's not going to work. Next one is one right in front there. That's Kronch. He's gonna try and make a claw attack against you for a 15. But then there's a D4 subtract. So you want to roll the D4? Or you want me to roll it?
You go for it, man.
So does a 14 hit?
14.
15 doesn't.
According to my...
Yeah, it's
according to
AC
my
16, it looks like.
Yeah, it says it's 16, but I don't think that's right. It says it's 14 on my sheet. My dex modifier is a 3, if that helps.
And what kind of armor are you wearing?
Armor.
Leather. Yeah, just standard leather armor. I think it's 14.
Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, because it'd be 12, and you can get the max up to 2 because you don't have that like 1 armor from
Yeah.
Candlekeep. All right, so 14 hits.
Yeah. 14 hits. That's right.
For 5 slashing.
All right.
Which brings
Is this
us.
the first time this sucker's hitting me?
It is the first time that you've been hit because you also have your temporary HP. No, you got hit by one of them already.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to figure out if this zombie has hit me before. I think I got hit by a bat. Because if the zombie's hitting me for the first time, he's got to take his psychic damage.
No, this is the bat. Same bat as before. Zombie.
Oh, all right.
Zombie swung on a miss. But no,
Cool. Gotcha.
the spell ended though. One of them already took the psychic damage. The one that died.
All right.
It says
All right, cool.
It says, unless I'm reading that wrong, it says the first time a creature hits you
Nope,
with
you're
an
right.
attack
You're on.
during the duration, it takes
You're
psychic
all over
damage.
it.
Yeah. So, all right.
You're right.
Urson, Raging Bear, your friends are surrounded by a bat and a zombie at your bard friend who you have been paid to protect.
No, Ursin, although raged, is at full cocaine based status right now. He's going to take vengeance on this zombie right there, and he's going to try to bite him with radiant damage. That is a. Oh, are you kidding me? It's an 11. It was a 15, but it was on the edge.
11 hits. Roll for damage.
11 hits.
These are-
Holy crap!
These are creatures that have borderline just bones and flesh, that loose hanging flesh. No armor to be seen.
All right, incredible. Well, that's 13 radiant damage,
Sweet.
and he tries to take a big old bite out of him and rip him off his hook.
He ripped himself off of the hook already. He did that one
okay,
for
gotcha.
you. But yeah, you take a big mouthful of like rotting necrotic shoulder chunk flesh. You don't seem to mind though. Bonus action?
I think I'll pass for now.
It brings us to Alosha.
Yeah. What's the blue mean?
I just put blue
Bane.
blue for Bane.
Oh.
That's the easy way I can remember it.
Is he hovering over the hole?
Yes, he is.
Or no? I'm going to. I'm trying to think of how you do this with a portal, but I'm going to try and knock him prone.
Okay.
I'm going to open a portal and push my hand through and just trying to push him down to confuse him.
Is this the deck save one?
Yeah.
Where's my mouse?
It's a telekinetic trick. It's telekinetic, but but yes, it is a dexterity or fall prone, or dexterity save or fall prone. Oh, he's fine.
He's dexterous, yeah.
Yeah, I try and push him and I just completely miss him. And I pull my hands out of the portal.
Yeah, that's the one thing they got.
That's what it.
Oh, I mean, even if they're D4.
Yeah, you won't
Yeah.
even. Yeah.
All right, so Doc, you have one of these bats holding onto it with the dozens of tiny little vomit tentacles that came out of your mouth. What are you doing now? Does that spell do anything at the start of your turn?
At the start of my turn, it takes another 7 damage automatically. It takes the same damage that I rolled before.
Okay, I didn't know if you had to activate that like a bonus extra. So it only works for 5 turns, so that's part of the kicker. So, all right.
Yeah, I can use it, but I can
Yep.
use. I think I can use my. I don't know if can I move it
Well,
to another
no, it doesn't look
target
like
if it dies.
if it dies, but you're incapable of speech.
I can because like it says I can only grapple one other target. I can only grapple one at a time. So
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, if it's still hanging around, then.
Mhm.
No, yeah. It just takes the 7 damage again.
Mm-hmm. Which it did. Are you doing anything with your turn?
Because like speech is the weird part. It means I can't cast anything that has a verbal component.
Which is a good trade-off. I mean, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
You're holding on to stuff with your mouth.
That's fine. Hamstring is not a verbal component. Let's see, is Lord of Misfortune. If I wish to, I will use my action to cast Hamstring at it.
All right, click on that for me.
Yeah. There's an 11 hit because it automatically rolled it, so I'm not going to roll my dice for that.
It's grappled and restrained, so do you have advantage on that?
Oh, I would. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a dirty
yeah,
20.
that-
Restrained. Yeah.
Yeah, dirty 20 hits.
Okay.
Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. It takes 11 damage. Oh no, how much damage
no,
does it take?
No, it's D4, and now it also can't take reactions.
All right, so roll the D4.
Why is that not? Whatever. Fuck it. That's a 4.
As you, yeah, I mean, as this barbed arrow of Eldritch energy comes out of, I assume, your claws, since it has to just be a somatic component, right?
Yeah, I just kind of flick my fingers, like scratching through the air.
What color is it?
It's probably like shadowy, like everything else that I cast.
Okay, as the shadowy arrow hits this thing, domes it like right in the head, and you just see it like slam into the wall behind and fall down to the ground. Your tentacles are now holding on to its lifeless corpse on the ground.
Okay, well, next turn then I will use it to attack something else. That's my turn. I'm gonna, now that that's clear, I'm gonna step into the doorway a little.
Yeah, this zombie is going to try and lurch forward and try and get Kronch, and as it steps forward, one of the feet goes in to the hole. I don't know why I rolled in the dex part, but it's going to make the save on trying to fall into the hole. But it does an 11 hit. I was gonna see if it fell into the hole. It rolled a 17. It doesn't. It stays up.
It does not.
Okay. It's a dumb idiot creature, but it's still standing. And yeah, at 11 we wouldn't even have to roll. Oh, let's roll the D4. I had it at 15. So as it steps forward and swings its arms, and it left foot goes into the hole and it just topples down the hole.
I love that.
Kronch, that brings us to you. You got one bat. Still, nobody's really done anything to it.
Well, we can do something about that. How far up is old Betsy?
Room's only about 15 feet high. It is currently hovering high enough to like where it can kind of swoop down and bite you.
All right, can I jump up and stab it?
You can certainly try.
I certainly can. All right. Using all of his nimbleness, Kronch will attempt to jump into the air and stab this beast with this dagger here.
And make an acrobatics check as you're jumping right next to the hole.
Sure, I love that. Let's do that for sure. That's going to be a big 11. That's going to be a nice 11.
11. As you see this, anybody who has a reaction, is he jumps. He gets the dagger into the side of this, but it immediately comes right back out. Roll the damage on the dagger. And he's able to 8 damage.
And then because it's a beast, right? Is this sucker a beast?
It is.
All right, so that's another 4 on it.
As you're able to catch your hand though on the side of the cliff, but you are hanging one-handed now on the edge of the hole.
All right. As my free speaking action, I'm going to say, anyone on the pit, in the pit. That's it. That's my turn.
Sabertooth Bat's turn. You're now out of its line of sight. It's surveying its options. It's going to make an attack over here against you, Zadok, and it's going to try and pounce at you. So I need a DC 13. Oh, sorry, my dog is Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Make a DC 13 strength check. Strength saving throw.
It has to
Saving
hit
throw.
me first. Yeah, it has to hit me first.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, the dog is being a. He's keeps coming over and he always like nuzzles my mouse hand. 23 is gonna hit.
Oh, that hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dex.
No, strength saving throw.
Oh, strength saving throw. That's gonna probably be a fail.
And that'll be for 7 slashing.
18.
18. You're able to make
Sorry,
it.
I poured my dice out. I'm looking for a specific dice, so I can't roll. I'll get a pile there. 7 damage. Oh, that's a tough one.
And it had flyby, so it and 40 feet of movement, so it doesn't get attacks of opportunity. Urson, you're up. As you see this
I think
shadowy figure after it got stabbed by Kronch, but then you see him hanging on the ledge.
Yeah, I think I'm going to shoot. I'm here to protect Kronch, and that's my number one goal. And so he's going to drop his rage. He's going to try to pull Kronch out of the pit.
Kronch, how much do you weigh? You don't weigh a whole lot, right?
He's very dense.
Yeah. he could be. You could use your action, or
I
your.
think I'm like 90. I think I'm like
Yeah.
90 pounds or so.
Oh,
Something like that.
you could use your action to pull him up.
Very good. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what I'll do.
Okay, and that'll be your action as you pull
And for my
Crunchy.
bonus action, I can't do anything except for, I suppose, ask Kronch if he's okay. How you doing there, mate? You all right? You almost took a nasty
I'll-
spill.
Oh, Gorkla, I'm doing great. Listen, avoid that pit. That was. There's nasty stuff. I mean, there's nasty stuff up here. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you.
Of course.
Finally
I
got
don't
it.
think we're out of it yet, though. And he looks around
What?
at these zombies about to attack us, seemingly. This
Well,
is my turn.
I mean, listen, man. If we can keep talking, I would tell him just to not touch him, and then we can run out of this sort of hellscape.
You finally got your
It
upsies.
would be wise.
Crunch got his upsies.
Crunch did finally get upsies. That's really nice.
Alicia,
Oh, that's really nice.
it is your turn. Right now, there's still those bodies are hanging there. Nothing seemed to brought them to life yet. But as this winged beast has turned its attention to Zadok.
Aw. Aw, perfect. Throw a dagger.
All right.
And I have dice now. I'm gonna roll it. They went off my desk. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's a 4 plus 6, so a 10.
10's not gonna hit.
Okay. Just throw that dagger far. Where's that? All right, I have a tray underneath my desk, like on the edges. I don't know where that dice went, but that's my turn. I'm gonna go find that.
Did you roll the dagger and throw the dice?
I rolled it, bounced off, and it jumped over my mouse and went onto the back of my desk.
Yeah, we heard.
Might have teleported it accidentally. I've been doing a lot.
Yeah,
of
I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's just gone.
Yeah.
Zadok, you're up.
Uh,
As this creature is in front of you.
go
Wait,
big.
you need to make a concentration save too. No, that's just 5 rounds. You
Nope,
stop
5.
it. No, I'm sorry. The dog is just being a pain in the ass. Do you need to make a concentration save on that or no?
No, it actually
Okay.
just lasts for 5 rounds. So
Cool.
I'm
You're on,
gonna-
this is round number 3.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
going to do wacky wavy inflatable arm man mouth tentacles at the bat.
Okay. Roll for the attack. I would imagine you have to roll each time to hit. That way you
Yeah, it's a
couldn't
melee spell attack, and it didn't add it to my thing. I'll just roll nice. That's 11 plus things. What is my spell attack modifier?
It's enough. They only have 13 AC.
Plus 6. Yeah,
They only have 13 AC. All right, and then roll the damage.
Yeah, because this time it's a new target, so I gotta roll the 2d6.
2d6 plus strength, which is what, -1?
Yeah. 3.
3.
But it is grappled and restrained.
Yep, grappled and restrained.
I'm going to. That's an action. I'm just. I can't say anything to the party. Nope, that's my turn. Move away. Is restrained for the opportunity attacks? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't prevent
yeah.
it, but they have a disadvantage because they're restrained.
Well, if you're gonna move, yeah, it'll definitely take it. I don't have them open at the moment. It's
No. It rolled pretty spicy last time, and I have a 13 AC, so it's kind of, yeah.
all right.
This
Crunchy.
The dice fell there.
This is still the one you stabbed, but you also had the little danger jump. But it is your turn.
All right, and all the other zombies here are sleeping zombies. Yes.
The only
this
thing
one awake.
The only one that awoke was the one that you tried to shove.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run like a madman at this bat that made me slip and fall into a pit. And I'm gonna do some dagger stuff to it.
Okay. Yeah, and as you run by the other one, you notice that nothing has happened.
Yeah. Also, shit. As a free action, don't touch zombies. Just kind of yelling it in case it needs to be said. I'm sure everyone has already figured it out, but well, that's going to be a nat 1, friends. On that attack.
Don't touch the bat either.
Technically, it's an advantage because it's restrained.
I mean,
still an 8.
a 2.
Yeah.
Not today. That would have hit the zombie. All right, that brings us to the bat. It is grappled and restrained. It will. It's gonna still try and bite at you, Zadok, since you're right there at disadvantage. I mean, it does a 19 hit. That's the lowest. 19 will hit you.
Yeah.
Even with the D4 subtract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It still beats.
For 10 piercing damage.
I'm unconscious.
This bat is like on the ground, like restrained, kind of.
Because I didn't take a short rest. Yeah.
Did you have those temporary HP?
Oh shit! I forgot about those. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I forgot about those completely. I'm at 6 then. Yeah.
Okay.
I totally spaced on those. Yeah.
All right.
So
Urson.
I've taken 17 damage.
Yeah, I noticed you were down pretty bitch from that first hit, but I'm like that. I don't think that's right. Urson, you have Kronch and Zadok over here just battling this last one. You've dropped your rage, but able to save your friend from what would definitely be certain doom. You don't know how far it was down, but your perception of it was far with the natural 1.
No, I don't think there's anything down there. It's just a big old hole. In any event, Edson's going to run over here to this side, and he's going to try to help his mates. He's going to attempt a bite attack. Radiant damage.
Is it while you're...
It is a 25. I'm assuming that hits.
Did you roll it at advantage?
Plus...
Just a crit fish?
Yeah, he's restrained him.
Might as well.
You can't get worse.
No, it was... No, I didn't. I did roll an 8 on the damage die plus 4, so that equals 12 on this bet fella.
Yep.
It has 13, but how do you want to do this? I'm not... Yeah.
Just like gang up on this guy.
Yeah. It's like Shaun of the Dead style now at this point. Everybody's getting...
I mean, even
We're
if
all just
almost
kicking him at the same time.
I was hoping so. I was hoping that's what was happening.
Yeah, even if Alosha missed, it was going to automatically take the damage at the start of its turn.
All right. So we're out of. All right. It drops us out of initiative. Alosha, as the combat subsides and the chains are clanging around, you hear in the distance with your passive perception, you can hear what sounds like a human, or sorry, a person in pain, screaming for help. It sounds like it's coming from what would be to your from the direction of your sound, south and east. Or hold on, from your orientation, south and left, or whatever.
Yeah, here. Just down to my
west,
right, my character right.
West. No, wherever the turn tracker is on the screen, like the menu side.
West.
West.
Yeah, west. My character right.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, that spatial orientation there for a second.
I know.
Hard for me to do and read at the same time.
Okay. I think I hear something, guys. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of stuff, a lot of chains and things, but I think I hear someone screaming.
Oh, and as you say that, Ikban runs into the room, and
oh my god,
he can now that you've called attention to it. Oh, that's Barrett. If you down to the
sound good.
Down to the right is where he would take us.
Zombies.
Oh,
I can't say that. I can't say that because my mouth is still tentacles.
Well,
yeah.
No, that's an excellent point. T-Strainer, don't touch the corpses.
Oh, I was peeking around the corner watching the madness, but I did hear your warning. Thank you. I will do my best.
All right. Is everyone okay? I mean, I know Zerdak, you look a little injured, but are you okay to continue on?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 12 seconds go by. The tentacles retract back into his mouth. Yes, we should probably try to find them. Yes.
I hope that someone is taking notes, because this room, we're gonna fill in that pit. We're putting something on top of it.
Maybe a slide or a pole.
Well, now that's a festive idea. All right, you can be in charge of festivities. That's delightful, but it's not going to. And these corpses, right out.
Yeah, we're getting rid of those.
Yes, no, I agree. That's.
I'm gonna hold my hand out and pull an inner shard out of the portal.
Okay. Yeah. So you make your way cautiously through that.
Around that zombie.
Yeah, you come to a fork in the road, or in the hallway. Let me get open this part of the map here, or my notes over here.
I like to talk to the fork.
Before it goes over there, Airsin's going to take out his water skin of water and basically just try to get all the little rotten bones and bits out of his mouth from when he was raging and eating up these zombies.
Yeah, it's not a good
gross. No, it's not. It lingers. It's disgusting.
It's at this moment that Bear wonders if he chose the correct path and if honey would have been a better option.
It'd certainly be much sweeter.
Yes. Yes, you're able to take a minute or two to collect yourself and scrape off the very disgusting old rotted flesh and wash your mouth out.
And rages come back on long rest, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we'll be okay, assuming we don't have any other rooms like this.
Yes, we need. This has turned into an in and out sort of trip. Is Barrett alive? Fantastic. Is he dead? Oh well. All right. Off we go. Back up to the surface.
It did sound like a Wilhelm death scream, because we could just
You think he's just fallen?
Oh,
off
he's
the
gone.
bridge
Let's just head out
into the jungle.
I see a frog statue down here. I don't know what to make of that. But I see a frog. I think.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Hail Kermit.
You can see the back haunches of what appear to be a large frog statue on a almost like an altar from your perspective. Yeah. If you make
Hail Kermit.
At this point, Ikban informs you, yes, he would drag us down the stairs into his room. As you mentioned, You see the frog. That's most likely where Barrett is being kept at the moment.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to like sneak in there, or do you just want to like charge?
I would really like it if the halfling would go first this time. I mean, just personally speaking, they have the information.
G-strain it.
I'll go.
Now's your chance
I'll take a
for
peek.
redemption.
I'll take a peek around the corner. Oh crud! He's under Alosha. Hold on a second.
Oh, no.
Now stop messing about. Get out from underneath our friends.
He does not have light, so you guys won't see like his.
He has my
he
light.
does. I know. His token doesn't. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay. We could just kind of like hover where he is.
You gave him how much light does your staff emit?
My it's just it's a staff with a lantern attached to it. I don't know. That's what.
Can you see like changes to like the map? Did I do his lighting right?
Nope.
It's still dark over here.
Hold on.
We can see what we can see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I have him emitting.
But it's still the way lighting works. It's taking account to the walls for us, I think.
Yeah, as he comes around the corner, I mean, he's not immediately ambushed by anything, and you hear him scream, "Oh, Barrett, you're alive!" And he runs up over to his side, and then any light would have been. He runs around the corner up to it.
All right, we follow.
And as he comes back around quickly, he's barely alive. We must help him.
Yeah, Barrett, we got to go. Okay, well let's go get the Barretts. Let's go help.
As you make your way into the hallway, you can see facing your monitor to the right. So your character's left. We'll just say east. There is a closed door. As you make your way into or come around the corner and down the steps, you've entered a large, well-equipped torture chamber straight out of a psychopath's nightmare. Torture devices line the walls and benches. Some you recognize, while others must be the feverish creations of whomever or whatever uses this collection. And it does not get used as indicated by fresh blood spattered on the floor, hot glowing braziers of flickering coals, and the terrified human bound and gagged on a torture rack in the middle of the room. An immense statue of an open-mouthed frog looms over the room from a dais set against the south wall. Those of you who have made your way around the corner as well can start to see what in the hell is this? Hold on, where's it at?
I mean,
there is
if
also
Kronch wants to put his cards on the table, he can see through that little sliver in the north wall there.
He can.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who has the vision can also see through the sliver. There is a figure. We'll say her back is turned, appearing to be of a feminine build, facing what appears to be a large statue. You see her. It seems like she is possibly deep in prayer.
Should we be quiet and maybe grab him and get out? Hopefully not alerting her.
I mean, he's been screaming, right?
He has been, but you would imagine that there's a lot of screaming that goes on in this room. He hasn't been making any audible sounds. Intelligible sounds. More of just screams for pain. Everybody, roll a stealth check to see how quiet you're being.
All right. There we go, baby. That's a big 9.
A 9.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thanks. I keep forgetting it. Thanks.
14. Come on, Urson. The least stealthy.
No,
You guys well.
He got a
am I
12.
muted?
He's killing it.
No, we heard you. We heard you. You guys
I'm
well,
good.
right?
Yeah, 12. I'm rolling physical.
I know, I meant to, and I completely forgot I had dice.
My cat is attacking my hand every time I try to pick up the dice, so I
Yeah,
went back to
your
roll.
presence has gone unnoticed for the moment.
Incredible. Is there any way that Airson could perhaps inspect this froggy since he's standing right next to it to see perhaps what it's used for?
Yeah, and what you see with Barrett, he is affixed to a torture chamber. He's a torture rack. His arms and legs are bound by leather straps. It's kind of like one of those like stretching ones, but he is
The rack, yeah.
it's a rack. Yeah, he is a human male, dark hair. His face and figure has shown the signs of multiple days of torture.
Okay. My family / cult is like assassins and torturers. Would I know how to undo this, or is it possible to undo this? Well, I'm guessing it's possible because they have to pull them out and move them around. But like...
It's not an overly
Okay.
Think about the jailer's not going to make it hard on himself to strap people.
Yeah,
in.
so that's what I was thinking. Yeah, right as I said it.
Just a big buckle.
Does the
probably,
Lotion know how to use a belt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's undoing it, trying to be quiet, but like a 9. But she's trying to be quiet with it. She's not even talking to the guy. She's just undoing him.
Urson.
We're trying to.
Yeah. You're
Yeah, Urson.
yeah able to definitely you're able to take the time to undo that. Urson, as you go over to the what is it called? The dais, and you examine the frog. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Oh boy, this is great. All right, I got a plus
Maybe we
one.
polymorphed into a frog.
+1. Net 20, baby.
Natural.
21.
There we go.
Natural.
Yeah.
Go.
You as you go there, you lock eyes with this statue, and you start to see. You almost enter into a trance of some kind. The rest of the party sees you standing here for a period of. Hold on.
17 minutes. Just like, come on. Gotta go. We're staring at you.
6 minutes. During this duration, they are unable to shake you from this, but you are...
Even on a nat 20? Wow.
Even on a nat 20. You don't want to know what the fail was. You receive visions of the immense vastness of the dark abyss of space. You see visions of swirling black masses, spiraling in the great infinity of space. And after the duration of this, you get a slight glimpse of this in a small contained form inside a physical structure. You have no idea what this structure is, but it seems to be the condensed energy of like a black hole, but somehow it is in a contained structure of. You recognize like the type of construction material would be. It is in a building with, I don't know, red bricks. But you don't see it anywhere around here. And after a period of about 6 minutes, you're able to be shaken awake by your friends, who you've literally just been standing there in like paralyzed bear form for 6 minutes, just dead-eyed with this. I don't know if anybody would have tried to wake you, but I imagine in 6 minutes somebody would have thought something was up.
Yeah, we would probably like, hey, we gotta go.
I probably gave him.
As Essen snaps awake, he just kind of looks around and goes like, "Did you guys see that?"
You falling in love with a frog? Yeah, we gotta go.
If you guys didn't see that, oh no. Don't look at the hypnotoad, you guys. It's not good.
That one? I look
And
at it now. I'm checking.
was I just what happened?
I thought you were.
And isn't I suppose can kind of tell that everyone's been standing around waiting for him to just hurry up.
Thought this
You, you,
maybe
you
like
sort of froze. Well, you looked at the frog, and then you seemed captivated and a bit horrified. I'm not sure what was going on internally, but you were compelled, and we couldn't. We tried to get you. We tweaked you on your ear. We poked your shoulder a little bit. Nothing really.
How long was I out for?
Oh, Elosha, could you enumerate that, please?
Enumerate. I don't know, like 5 or 6 minutes, 7 maybe.
Yes, that sounds about right.
I don't know.
Yes.
The lady's still
Good
praying
gosh.
over there.
Oh,
And
yes, no, that's
and
right.
DM, does Essen remember his vision?
Yes, he does.
All right.
maybe
Well,
like
well,
Dictal,
I
maybe.
suppose while I was standing there, I saw visions of swirling big black masses spiraling into the infinity of space. It was all pretty bleak and, you know, I suppose, I don't know, it made me feel very small and insignificant.
Does this sound planar in nature?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, because I have friend. Not no, that's the wrong one.
I don't know how much
Keeper of
resistance
Sorry,
necrotic is going to help you. Right
sorry. Clicked on the wrong thing. Keeper of secrets. So I have proficiency in advantage on planar things.
Yeah, I mean, roll an Arcana check.
Should I go say hi to the lady?
Well, it's
Would
24
relate
without
that.
advantage.
Based
For a moment.
upon his description of what he encountered, and Urson would not have had any form of this experience in his life before, so he used the best words that he possibly could.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily sound like that, but you are able to get an idea of it may sound more of, as he described it, like the ideas of void magic.
Okay, yeah. And being someone that has been touched by that way, we should probably not touch Froggy. We should probably leave Frog alone. I'll maybe have conversation with Frog at a later date, though.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'll leave that
particularly
between you
concerned
two.
about
I've
it.
had quite enough conversation
Yeah.
with this little guy for one day.
Do you feel lighter in any sense? Is your sense of
maybe-
identity changed in
maybe.
any fundamental way?
Maybe we walk and talk. Could we get Barrett?
Yeah,
Yeah, and-
You guys want me to go say hi to her while you guys go ahead of me?
no.
Just to see, she
Why don't
says.
we ask this bloke how he's feeling over here? I mean, he doesn't seem to. Enough with the big bear staring into the hypnotoad. Let's see how this guy's doing.
Yeah, and while
He's
that
much
was
worse for the wear.
And while that was going on, Alosha was very gently and carefully, not to cause any further harm or injury, along with the help of Ikban, able to undo the restraints that had held Barrett to the torture rack and get him off, all while keeping an eye on what was happening with him. I mean, as soon as you try and help him up, he tries to stand first. You offer him help. And his pride sort of tries to take over, but as he steps off of the rack, he immediately just crumbles from sheer pain and exhaustion. But you're able to help him up. He looks at each one of you, just in a state of bewilderment, seeing Ikban as a friendly face as he recognizes. He turns with an inquisitive look, and you see Ikban tilt his head to the ground as they kind of were, silently recognizing that their other compatriot was not in the room and had fallen. To who can I thank for my rescue from this forsaken place?
I'm Alosha.
Hello.
I'm not gonna look over to everyone else.
The dog, and you could thank grandmother as well. She helped us as well.
All right.
We got to go.
Alosha, very,
We gotta go.
very nice to meet you. I don't think I'll quite remember that strange fellow over there's name, but I echo his sentiment.
My face, so.
Yes. And who else?
Are you okay to move?
I mean, I'm not going to be okay in a fight, but if I can walk out of freedom, if you're here, that leads me to believe that you took care of Scar and Gaoler.
The big guys, we took care of them. Who's that lady over there?
Ushlix.
No, like thumb over there.
She's the one who's going to send us to our death when Gaoler decided that he was done with us.
Oh, so not someone I should go talk to.
I'm not quite sure what her role is to play in this crazy place. The times where she would mend me, just for further punishment later, seemed to have some kind of working relationship. But also I got that sense that she had quite a bit of a apprehension. Maybe she was here doing what she had to do because she didn't have any other choice. She never came out and quite said it. But
Have you heard of Stockholm syndrome, Barrett?
I've never quite heard of that. Can't say that I have.
It's
Okay.
the northern reach of Hitler.
Just sort of checking the box. But you can walk and whatnot.
I should be able to get out of here. If it's not too much, maybe we can grab my stuff on the way out. If it's anywhere, it's going to be in Jailer's room. We pass it on the way in here.
Would that be the stuff on the table?
I mean,
The sword and
what do you
shield.
think?
Oh well, he sleeps down the hall just a little bit, opposite of the room with the hanging bodies. So if instead of going left there, just continue straight to that hallway. I mean, he's got some of my stuff in there, my armor, my weapons.
All right.
No, he doesn't have my dagger. I seem to have lost that before we got in here in a tussle with those harpies. But
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a real
Yeah.
shame about that.
pay a pretty penny to get that back.
I can't. Well, okay. I can't lie. We've been having some bad luck with rooms lately. Seems like you walk into any one of these rooms and there's something there for you. It's not too pleasant.
No, this place, I definitely underestimated the myth and the legend behind it. I thought it was, we'd come down here, find just a couple old dwarven magic weapons, maybe some stuff from the early Holzinger days. But I mean, it was we caught the trap at the beginning, But I mean, we were immediately, as soon as we came even through just the first door, that giant crimson ogre was there and knocked me clean out. Took my 2 halflings, threw us in the cells. We've been down here for weeks, just torture. The lady Ushuk will heal us up, just so he could have his fun over and over again.
And when you got here, no one had streamers, party hats, ice cream cake. But was there a cookie puss?
No, not of any of that. No, I believe they only had Fudgy the Whale. But none of that. I don't know what any of that is. No, it was. This place seems to. It's rumored that there are multiple levels to this place, but I can't even imagine the madness of the lower depths.
It's just sort of the foyer.
If Jailer and Scar were the welcoming party, I just can't even imagine the nightmares from below.
There was a party. There was a party. We just missed it, I think.
That's what I'm starting to think too. They got their dates sort of crossed, and then these sort of rude boys showed up and had their wicked way with you.
I assume we've walked out of this room at this point.
I mean, yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, I mean, you guys haven't said it, but like, you guys did say you wanted to get out. He said he wanted to get
Yeah,
his...
walk and talk.
At least around the corner.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we'll say that.
Like, we're not having this in, like, the direct earshot of this person, right?
Yeah, no, he said he wanted to get his stuff, so he's, like, stumbling over here with the help of...
Do you guys
like,
want me to talk to her? I can see if she's nice while you guys go ahead.
Oh, Vanessa, rain check. Rain check? How about a rain check?
We could,
Okay.
We could ask. We could ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I have ways of getting away from people. I'm pretty slippery.
That's true.
But if we don't want to alert her that we're here, we can just get out of here. 'Cause that's safe.
We could come back and ask questions later.
Yeah.
But the two really hurt people, and the hurt of us. Maybe back to Woody Dog. I miss Woody Dog.
I know. We'll see him soon.
To be fair, you've only
yeah.
been away from Woody Doug for an hour.
It feels like weeks.
It's like a dog, though. Like, to me, like it's like the dog being the dog, and Woody Dog is the owner that went to work.
It could be afraid. It's scared by itself. Cuts to just silent like shot of just it sitting there in the bushes.
Oh, no. But the dog is the dog. In this
No, I know.
He's got a tier made of tree sap from the wood.
Yeah.
I will eat the fire and then leave.
The fire from the brazier on the floor.
Is that a brazier? Is that actually lit?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That looks like a... What is that? Hold on. Sorry.
It looks like a giant orange globe.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of coals in there to heat up torture implements, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it did say that there was hotly glowing braziers of flickering coals, and you see that there's various different, like, those are not for lighting. There are lots of cast iron things stuck in them.
Yeah, then no. If there's things I have to move out of the way, then no. I thought it was just like
It's not campfire. It's like hot glowing embers of like.
I can still eat that.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
but if there's tools and stuff in the way, I'm not going to grab them and risk burning my hands. I have like 6 hit points. So yeah.
Yeah.
If there's shit in the way, I'm not trying it.
At this point, Barrett looks to you, Urson. I don't believe I caught your name, noble bearman. Barrett the Red Hart. I know we just met and you've already been more than helpful by rescuing me, but would it be too much trouble if you help me gather my things out of this room over here? I just need someone to help carry. I've been beat up for several days, and he'll go open the door, so you don't have to worry about there being a trap door there or anything.
All right.
Let me stop it. Let me take 2 minutes to just give my dog a cheese stick, and then go to the bathroom, fix the dynamic lighting. If anybody wants to take a break real quick, just a quick one, so I can do that, because he's just gonna sit in here and bark at me.
Yeah, if there's like hot torture implements in there, I really don't need to fail that check and go down.
Yeah. It's hot. It's
Yeah.
It's a bucket to fill, like to poke and prod, and
Yeah.
you know, because I mean, you can see that Barrett's got cuts and torture injuries all over him. You could see where he's got like his arms there's clearly dried blood, but then burn marks like in patterns. So
He or cheese stick is not barking at you because you haven't gotten him his cheese stick yet.
I know I gotta go do that.
Man, every fight is fucking brutal.
It is.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do you think 1D&D will have a changed name? They didn't mention it at all during the thing.
No, I
by name.
think they're gonna stick with 1D&D.
I hope so. I like that.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Although
that
I
as a
really
name.
like D&D. I like D&D Next a lot. I was hoping they were going to use that from the old playtests, but
Yeah, wasn't that supposed to be the original name of the VTT?
yeah, it was. It was the playtest for 5e edition, 5th edition.
Yeah,
And it was just the
when
playtest name.
It's also
Yeah.
the announcement is when they announced originally that they were working on a virtual tabletop.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been working on a virtual tabletop since before 5th edition. Like they announced it.
Yeah,
so long ago. And
They
now
wanted
they're
one
like-
for 4th edition, but
Yeah, and now that they're like the only thing that so the video, like if it allows me to build 3D worlds and stuff like that, like I am 100% on board with that as a tool. I love like world building tools. Like I mean, that love for me goes back to like when I used to play fucking Quake back in the day, and there was like toolkits and stuff like that. So I've always enjoyed building that. I would play with that just for the sake of it. But if my concern is Hasbro's going to over monetize the shit out of that. Like they've not said at any point, and it worries me, is that I've not heard that my content that I already own will be part of this. And I get it's 3D modeling and the assets and stuff like that are going to be expensive, but like they've got to give people something for the money they've already spent. But that's never been in their wheelhouse. So I worry that like every monster is going to cost $1 or something like that. Like, oh yeah, it's going to have we're going to do the whole monster manual. Not, it's going to include all of the assets in the monster manual. And then when they said there's going to be a marketplace, if I can sell my maps on the marketplace, great. But if they own that, ooh, yeah.
They'll probably look at it the same way Roll20 does, because like people still need to buy everything for Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
They
for the most part. That's probably what they're just gonna do.
But my thing is like with how they run that marketplace.
I'm back.
And how the monetization of that goes, I feel like they're just going to go straight DM's Guild, and it's going to be a 50-50 split, which I'd be fine with that.
All right.
But
as we don't have too much longer for a good stopping point. As they're walking down the hallway, Red Hart is trying to get to know Urson, just because he could tell you're the biggest physically imposing person in the party, and he's a knight as well. Excuse me, what? I mean, maybe it's the same crazy nonsense that brought us down here, and your friend had some other ideas, but why exactly are you all down here? Not that I am unthankful for the rescue. As he goes he goes into the room too and goes over, he finds his stuff on the floor as well, but I don't know if you want to transition into the room so you can see what's in there too.
Yeah, why not? So he just kind of starts talking to him, and whoa, what do we have here? And Edison looks in the corner and sees what appears to be barrels.
I didn't know that kind of stuff was in here. But back to what brought you all down into this Citadel of Madness?
Well, if you believe me, it's my boy Kronch here. It's his birthday.
As he laughs a little bit, you can see him. That's probably the first smile he's had in weeks. So that crazy little bugger was telling the truth. All right.
He was.
So
he was indeed.
You all just brought him down here for his birthday? I mean, had you heard about the reputation of this place?
Do you know my father?
I can't say that I do. Who would that be?
His name is Merrill Goldenthorn.
Oh, I can't claim to know too many Darrow. I will say that doesn't normally. I'm not being culturally insensitive, but
that's fine.
Goldenthorn doesn't normally is not a name I've heard amongst the Darrow before.
He's a high elf.
That tracks.
So you don't need to worry about that aspect of lineage, but he is my father, and this is my birthday present. And maybe once we get you patched up a little bit, we can discuss what you and your people were doing, sort of snooping around in my birthday.
Oh, well, honestly, my friend, we've been here about 2 weeks. So if your birthday was 2 weeks ago, happy belated birthday. Otherwise, I think that maybe,
birthday month.
I think that maybe
Yes, thank you, Vanessa. This is how we celebrate a birthday. It's by month.
I think you maybe said there was a mix-up, and that maybe sounds like right. As he goes over, his stuff is lying on the floor over here. In this room, there is a collection of chests. They are open, and there in some of the chests there appears to be a collection of preserved body parts, all various types: fingers, toes, ears, nose, eyes, scalps, and teeth, crudely preserved. This room has a very deep smell of burnt wood, that these may have been smoked for preservation. There are also locks of hair in another one, rings, lockets, shiny buttons, talismans, coins from distant realms, a pair of fine gloves, and even a few holy symbols.
This is a job for enumerate.
It's,
I know.
does that give you the? It is.
I need to be kind of specific, like enumerate rings, enumerate holy symbol, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
It's
It's an assortment of stuff. I'm just joking.
It's a cache of that as well.
Yeah.
Urson, you also do notice in there that there is a, since you're the only one in there, a spiked maul.
That's a weapon for the sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that would be right.
You notice that on it, it also in addition to it being quite a large weapon, it appears to have how to describe this, circular holes, not in the spikes, that appear separate from the make of it, like that they maybe open and close. I mean, whereas you would normally expect it to be a solid piece of metal, it appears that there have been a couple holes added to it that are closed currently, but you can see like there's like the welding around it, or like something to open and close. On the handle as well, there appears to be some form of release button.
All right. Can I just fiddle around with it and see what it does?
Yeah, as you pick it up, it's got a good weight to it. It feels really well balanced. It's quite heavy, but it feels good in your strong, bare arms and hands. As you press the button, it opens the two like holes on either side, and you further like look around and you tip it over to see if anything comes out. It's not, but you get like a smell from the inside. It's very acrid, like at some point maybe there was some acidic blood perhaps in there. And if I could find the magic weapons in the book, I would tell you what it is, but
Well, I think either way, Erson's going to store this little gizmo, although it's probably quite large.
yeah, it's a two-handed.
So yeah,
It's a two-handed maul.
yeah, so he'll just kind of stash that, I suppose, on his back, and just ignore what he sees in the corner there, whether or not they're animals or bear folk. Erson doesn't really care. He's ready to leave.
Yeah, and I don't know how common that would be around Midgard. I mean, bears would be normally hunted for their fur, as would be commonplace in this time in maybe the northern areas, but still doesn't change your disposition on it. It's still not something. I could only imagine that would be a difficult sight to see, especially knowing who the resident of this room was.
It's
Sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You okay, Erson?
No, I'm fine. I've seen bits like this before. I just kind of have to, put my blinders on and just keep on keeping on, right?
Zadok, if you
That's
step
what they train us to do.
into the room as well, you do notice that there is in the corner a barrel of slimy water that is filled with all different kinds of worms as well.
It's a room. This room's got everything for everyone.
We have your favorite. We have your favorite in here, Zadok. Dirty filth water with worms.
Oh, how big is the barrel?
It's like a wash bucket, but so let's say like, oh sorry, hold on a second. It's like a 10-gallon bucket.
That's fantastic. I'm going to use a spell.
Oh god, there's a spell for this. I was just flavoring, but okay.
Stomach. And I'm
Whoa.
going to drink the entire thing.
You're unaffected by swallowing the substance.
It allows me to store up to 10 gallons of liquid in my stomach at one time.
For how long?
Yeah, you should read this nonsense out.
1
It's
hour.
fun.
Okay.
When you cast this spell, you gain the ability to consume dangerous substances and contain them in an extra-dimensional reservoir in your stomach. The spell allows you to swallow most liquids, such as acid, alcohol, poison, and even quicksilver, and hold them safely in your stomach.
Whoa.
You're unaffected by swallowing the substance, but the spell doesn't give you resistance or immunity to the substance in general. For example, you can safely drink a bucket of Black Dragon's acid spill, but you'd still be burned if you were caught in the dragon's breath attack, or if that bucket of acid were dumped on your head. The spell allows you to store up to 10 gallons of liquid at one time. The liquid does not need to all be of the same type, and different types of... Oh, that's even better. I'm a walking fucking bar. Different types of liquid don't mix while in your stomach. Any liquid in excess of 10 gallons has its normal effects when you try to swallow it. Anytime before you stop concentrating on the spell, you can regurgitate up to 1 gallon of the liquid stored in your stomach as a bonus action. And then there's some DM discretion.
You're a limited
Cool.
alchemy jug.
Yeah, basically for an hour, I can have that. In an hour, I'm going to throw it up. But,
Just give me that soy sauce.
yeah.
Big old burn of soy sauce.
All right.
That's
So
fantastic constraint.
there was. I know Alosha had mentioned potentially trying to talk to the lady.
Oh, I think we're going though. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think we're doing that.
We can,
All right.
we can,
I was just
Before
throwing it
I
out
leave
there.
Room. I'm going to put rings on my fingers, as many rings on all of my fingers as possible. I'm going to put as many amulets as I can around my neck, bangles, gadgets, and gizmos. I'm going to fill my pockets with all of this party favor stuff.
Should we take all that stuff once you're done?
I hold up the now empty bucket.
We can put any of the excess in there, but I will be wearing as much of it as I can manage.
Yeah, there's. It doesn't give an exact number. Altogether, the
Numerate. No,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could do some math on it
I'm joking.
to figure it. Yeah, altogether the valuables are worth 920 gold. So
Okay.
it could be a lot.
Well,
That's
not enough.
Yeah. So you have 920 gold worth of bling to put on. We'll say for
Urson's bare teeth.
for expedited
What
process.
about the
You're able
gloves?
to navigate out since you guys said you're going to make it out. You know not to touch the zombies on the way out. It's really a 10-foot walk after that out the door. Maybe a little farther than that, 50 feet. As you make it back to the surface, an hour later, there's no as you peer. It's an hour later from when you originally came down. It's only an hour has passed, so it's still It's still about roughly 10 o'clock in the morning. As you peek out, there's no sign of the harpy that had flown away.
Yeah, we're stronger now. You better keep running.
Yeah, she hadn't got a short gas resting yet. You're safely able to reunite with Ash and Cinnamon and Woody Doug. They're still fine. The horses are just eating grass.
I give them some bucket worms. And I throw up the worms in front of them.
They look mortified. They back off quite a bit. they've never seen. Number one, you're a strange sight to them already, and then that was just the worst thing that those horses have ever seen in their life. Um, so are you gonna head back to town? It's about 5 hours. You could get to town about evening time, and then get these folks some rest.
I tried to pet them to comfort them down.
What'd you roll?
16.
16. I mean, they're still wary, but after a few good side pets on the head, Ash is the first one to warm up a little bit, and then finally, Cinnamon finally comes around a little bit.
The dog has good fingernails for scritches.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want. You could tell that that was maybe not the thing that they wanted, though. They definitely
Is
probably.
Woody Doug
That's
okay?
right.
You know,
we're gonna have a talk, me and Woody Dog.
if you had to say, you would guess that he hasn't moved a muscle. He's in exactly the same spot. You guys told him to stay. He did exactly that. Ash,
Good boy.
Ash and Cinnamon, they didn't go too far, like 10 feet away. But man, Doug looks like he hasn't moved.
That's a good boy. Thank you, Woody Dog, for staying. Much appreciated. We have new friends, Woody Dog. They would like to ride on you. I said, okay. He said
Did you
yes.
cast Speak with Inanimate Objects?
Yes, I assume I take the 10 minutes while we're loading up the cart. Of course I did.
All right, okay.
Oh, that's thank you. They are very hurt, so
Hey.
just try to avoid potholes if you can.
Okay, well, I don't really know what those are, but I'll do my best, Doc. You guys pack everybody up, and we will we'll start next week. Arrival back in Red Tower. It's a good stopping point for the evening.
Oh, thank you, Woody Dog, for not leaving us. I was worried.
How long does that spell last? Oh, it's okay. You told me to stay, and the horses didn't listen. They took a couple steps away and started eating grass.
I can't trust the horse.
Yeah, they want to do that. Lasts for a minute.
Okay, so that's he tattled.
It's 10 minutes of me staring at him and then talking to it for a minute.
I tried to tell them to stay here, but they didn't listen.
I give them shifty eyes.
They're a real hero.
All right, we'll go ahead and we'll pick it up in. That's a good spot to stop. We'll pick it up in Red Tower next week. Yeah. So if anybody's watching, we do this every week. Videos released on Wednesday. If you like what we do, hit the like, subscribe button. Leave us a comment. But thanks for checking us out, and see y'all next time.
Woody Dog says thank you for the likes and subscribes. Yes.
Yeah, it's it's not for that. It's just for fun. But it's been a good campaign so far. And again, thanks to anybody who checks us out.